How come elders at certain churches don't preach?
Because not every elder has the gift of preaching.
Why should elders preach anyways? Is it only the pastor that preaches?
No, I don't agree with that. That's where I disagree with elders reading sermons. I disagree with that.
They should just be preaching?
Yeah.
Did you preach?
No, but I probably could. I mean, if I was convicted of it, yeah, you're cringing. Everybody just cringed. Keep that guy on the podcast, maybe even shut down the podcast. Don't give him more of a microphone. No, I mean, it's really weighty, right? I mean, and even that's where it's interesting. Even this is kind of that like idea of, hey, you say something publicly, it can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Okay.
But when you get to the pulpit where you're like bringing the word of God to people, boy, you better be.
Yes, I do 100% agree with that.
You would agree with that. So I guess where I'm coming from is like, hey, if you look at all the qualifications of an elder, right? Like a preacher is an elder. A pastor is one of the elders. That's how I would view it. I know
that's
there's a different role.
Growing up, that's how it was viewed too.
But I mean, all of a sudden when it came to the sermon, it was like, hey, we're going to take something from, a long time ago or somebody else. And now you're going to try, no, that's not what God put on your heart. Like, obviously I'm sure they pray before they pick the sermon, and I'm sure they put a lot of thought and prayer into it. But I've never understood why elders would not be preparing their own sermon. And I feel like even just in my short history of being a Christian, it's like, man, does God meet you in those moments where you're uncomfortable and you're spending time in his word? So I just think, hey, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to come off as smooth and polished as a regular preacher. I think there's something really, we all know that when you read something, it's harder to listen to and there's less emotion. Yeah. And so like, yeah. And there's a reason for that. It's because like, hey, when God puts something on your heart and that's what you got to say, it's powerful and impactful, right? So yeah, I don't know why that's never been talked about. I brought it up before. I had it. I talked to a pastor a while ago at a church where they don't have any other elders, where there's just one pastor basically. And I'm like not understanding that. I'm like, okay, that But there again, people are on their own spiritual journeys and their own churches do things the way they do things, and they have reasons for justifying it. So
fair enough.
Leadership is super important, right? I mean, you would agree, like. Doesn't matter.
It's everything.
It's church, it's school, it's everything.
It's everything.
Show me who the leaders are and we'll show you what's happening there.
And the leader's got to be living it.
Yeah, which is hard. So
me and Trey talk about that quite a bit actually.
Okay, I haven't listened to it yet.
So good.
Okay.
Okay, last one. If you run into someone, hey guys, if you enjoy that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.